Welcome to this channel. This channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So our friends in this channel have asking me how come I have made so many Chinese or Cantonese YouTube lately, and I do not make any English YouTube. So today I like to make this English YouTube. And in fact, this YouTube is an extremely important YouTube for Wing Chun. Now I say Wing Chun. There's no such thing as lineage this and that. It's like you talk about the teaching of Buddha. There's no this lineage, that lineage. Teaching of Buddha is teaching of Buddhas. If you do not follow the teaching of Buddhas, even you think that you belong to this lineage, that lineage, you get nowhere. So today I'd like to share with you, this is very extremely critical. Now, the reason I make so many Chinese YouTube is because there are things need to be cleaned up for Wing Chun. Or else there's no Wing Chun. Don't kid ourselves. Okay? And for past 150 years since the designs of the 3 sets, there are a lot of opinions. Everybody have their opinion and their way of thinking and whatever they interpret, but they do not get it. So it is so bad today that, sorry to tell you, none of the Xiu Lim Tao practice making any sense at all. And you never develop anything. You just practice that. That's why in Wing Chun you always heard that, oh, we train one way, we fight another way. Those are nonsense, okay? So, I have to make a lot of YouTube, Chinese YouTube, to get things clear, like what is the mind power, all this, or else you don't have Wing Chun, face it. Now, even though I make so many Chinese YouTube, long hour YouTube, still there are people who cannot comprehend. Their mind is corrupted so bad they have their opinion. And you know that those type of opinion is like what? It's like people who never swim, and stand on the land talking about swimming. Oh, my teacher told me this. My grand teacher told me this. This is this is that, and all this what? Nonsense, because none of those people go down into the water. So this is how bad it is. So today I want to clear one thing for you all. Okay? And that is about the training of Xiu Lim Tao, the very basic. You violate this, you get nowhere. Don't tell me who is your grandmaster. Don't tell me you are the grandmaster. If you violate this, you get nowhere. It's like, it doesn't matter who are you. If you want to study the Buddha's teaching, you follow the Buddha's sutta. You're not Buddha, okay? And you don't even know the state attained by the Buddha. Why go put yourself high up there and screw everybody? So, all those Tai Chi, Wing Chun, internal Wing Chun nonsense, okay? After today, everybody need to train this way if you want your Xiu Lim Tao to work, or else you know it is a wasting of time. You get nowhere, okay? Now, in order to understand how to really train Xiu Lim Tao properly, one need to understand what is sticking body short strike. Because Wing Chun is sticking body short strike. Everybody talk about it. People talk about it in the television series in China, the Hong Kong Wing Chun movie. You go Google it, everybody talk about Wing Chun is sticking body short strike. So what is sticking body short strike? As in this channel, I share so many times already. Sticking body short strike is fighting here, where your leg attacking him, your body is pressurizing your hand here, one arm here actually is disables him, one arm here you actually make him defensive, and your body press against him, and every part of your body be able to attack. Your knee attack, your butt attack, your shoulder attack. That's what sticking body short strike is it. You fight this. So you can look at it, it's like the BJJ, standing up BJJ type of art. That's called sticking body short strike. Okay? Just think about it like a BJJ standing up type of art. But it is not BJJ, it is not those locking and those kind of things, okay? But it is fighting this with controlling him, striking him, locking him up, throw him, and all sort of stuff, using all your body. Now, in order to be able to fight this way, again like BJJ, you have to roll in the ground. Right? Can you stand up there, don't do nothing, and then you say, well, I can go into the ground, I can take down. No, come on. This is land swimming again. Now, so when you want to fight here, first you have to condition this body. Like the BJJ friend conditioned their body rolling. Okay? Now this body have a few criteria. One criteria is, as in the Shaolin Classic, it says that from bottom of the feet to the top of the head, it is spinning, twerking, attacking, and defending. Okay? Spinning and defending. That's the descriptions of how this body must be developed in order to do the sticking body fighting. Another descriptions of this body descriptions is like a snake. Like the snake can wrap around the entire snake. Okay, so they are the same thing. From bottom of the feet to the top of the head, rotating, spinning, torquing, attacking, and defending. The type of body is actually the snake body, which is only say different thing. Now, there's another way of describe this body. It's called what? The rattan body. R-A-T-T-A-N, the rattan body. So the rattan body is very flexible. You push it, it can go back, it can smack you, all kind of thing. So all these three things is the same thing. You call it rattan body, snake body, or from the leg to the head, spinning and talking at every joint. Okay, so every joint spinning and talking. It describes actually more details. The snake less in details, the rattan body less in details, but we know what the heck it is. If you want to do sticking body, short strike, you better develop this type of body. Okay? So we know what we want. We want this type of body. When we develop, we train in the 小念頭 sets. It's like when you practice BJJ, you need to go down, roll in the ground to develop this type of body. Now, in order to get that, develop that rattan body, or every joint from the bottom of the feet to the top of the head, rotating, torquing, spinning, or the snake body. Do you believe that I can do Tai Chi? This is the way how to develop that. Do you believe that I'm going to do structure to develop that? I mean, come on. You're out of your mind. If you think Tai Chi like this, internal, or standing like a rack can develop that rattan body and so forth. I mean, it's just physics. It's just human body. It's just common sense. So why is this all this thing? For 160 years, everybody is going their own way? Because they don't know what the heck is going on. First, they don't know what is a sticking body short strike. The second, they do not know what is a snake body. Like many people who study Tai Chi and start to say this is what snake body, all this nonsense, or six core element nonsense. Okay? Now, is it that difficult to develop this? No. As I share with you. If you want to develop, to attain what the Buddhas taught, for heaven's sake, follow what the Buddhas taught. Why playing expert on whatever you don't know? Why playing expert on swimming when you're standing in the land all of your life? So, the real thing is written clearly in the 1850s 小念頭 writing. Recorded clearly. You need to practice this way, or else you will never develop this thing, this rattan body or snake body, whatever you want to call it, to apply in this fighting. So, it's very simple. It is not structure, it's not Tai Chi, it's not mind power, it's not all sort of stuff. It's not my grandmaster tell me this and that, but tell nothing. So in the 1850s 小念頭 writing, it said this: if you want to develop that body, your 小念頭 practice, the first very basic thing, you have to practice it this way. In Mandarin, it said, 全身不可着力量. So what does it mean in English? It said that the first practice is your entire body must not have a single locations or single part which is loading you down. Meaning that you must not feel tensions or weight in any part of your body. That's why it said, 全身不可着力量. This is the first thing you need to develop when you learn the Xiu Lim Tao or E.G. Kam Yong Ma. If you cannot develop this, forget about the rest. Okay? The second writing is saying that 一任自然顺气脉. So the second writing saying that after you be able to do the entire body, there is no part which is loading down yourself or heavy or tense up. Then you want to be 一任自然顺气脉, meaning that you want to spontaneously let the breathing and the flow of muscle flow naturally. Okay? So this is the two level there. If you cannot do the first one, where your entire body, any parts of your body is not loading down, you will not be able to know the breathing. You will not be able to know the qi flow. You will not be able to know how to do the 一任自然顺气脉, naturally, spontaneously let the breathing and the meridians energy flow naturally. When you cannot get this, forget about your snake body, your rattan body, or your from feet to your head, every joint, spinning, talking, turning for defense and attacking. So, the kid already wrote for you what it is. But if you never read it, you don't have it, of course you're not going to know. It's like you cannot guess what Buddha is teaching. You want to learn what Buddha is teaching, you go read the sutta. Okay, so how to train this? Simple. Simple. Your E.G. Kam Yong Ma is standing this way. This is E.G. Kam Yong Ma. It's called equal shoulder stand or shoulder wide stance. And what do? You call yourself back. Yes, call yourself back. Okay? That's the first thing. Call yourself back. In Buddha's teaching, call yourself back is the first state of samatha practice. In order to develop sati, you need the first thing to call yourself back. And then you're standing there. Like how do you stand? Like this floor turned into cotton. You know, cotton. Like the cotton making this clothes. Turn into cotton. And you stand up there. Okay? And you stand up there. And from bottom of your feet, from your feet here to your ankle, to your knee, to your hip, to your shoulder blade, your shoulder, to your elbow, to your wrist, to your finger. You want to let your body float up, bottom up, like you stand on the cotton, a lot of cotton, okay? So, you see how we stand on cotton, right? The cotton is so soft, so flexible. So you stand it up there. You don't want to force it down. You want to let the cotton float you out. So your cotton float the feet, and then the feet float the ankle float the knee float the hip, the hip float the shoulder blade. The shoulder blade float the elbow, and the elbow float the wrist float the fingers. So you stand there. Because you call yourself back, right away when you do that floating, you feel certain part of your body is loading. And remember, the teaching is no part of your body supposed to load. That's how you train Xiu Lim Tao. The first thing, you adjust so that part you're using strength, you're loading with weight, you adjust that they loose up, they float up. Okay? So that's how the process of training, 全身不可着力量, the entire body must not have any part which is loading. Of course, this is relative. At the first time you train, you are not as good. You will find your body is loading here, loading there, loading here, loading there. And then you have to spend time to float them, to release them, to loosen them, to change the alignment so that your body float out. That's how you're supposed to train Xiu Lim Tao. The first thing, your EG coming ma. So after you float it out, your body, after you float it out, okay, let me get into the state, real physiological state. Even though I am not the grandmaster, but I can get there because I trained that way for years, for thousands of hours. You feel float, you feel lightweight. And after that, right away, you feel because of your breathing, your body is swaying forward, backward. That is just because of your breathing, your inhale, exhale, influence your abdominal pressure, influence your spine, because your pelvic floor muscle and your diaphragm is moving, the lung is moving, and it caused that. Well, that is the second step called one, spontaneously let the breathing and the qi flow flowing naturally. And of course, I can get down to the Xing Qi to Dan Tian, blah, blah, blah. But that's not important now. The important right now is that, can everybody do that? Like you stand on a mass cotton floor here, and instead of step down, the entire leg plunge into the cotton, you want to float yourself up. And while you float yourself up, you do everything to align so that your body is light and floating. You just need to do that. And once you can do that, then when you do your Xiu Lim Tao, the same thing applies. That is how you train your body's 7 bowls, your feet bowl, ankle bowl, knee bowl, hip bowl, shoulder blade bowl, your elbow, your wrist bowl, the 7 bowls. That is how you get the what? The stability and mobility continuum proper for your body. That's how you develop the kinematic change of your body. Okay? Now, after you have that, does it make sense? Now you'll be able from your leg, from your feet to your top of your head, your body be able to spin, torque for attack and defense. And it all become the rattan body or become the snake body. Doesn't it make sense? That's how it is, how simple it is. But well, how many thousands, at least hundreds of hours, you have to stand there, call yourself back to aware of everything in order to get the first state of you have a pretty decent way of your entire body do not loading at any part. At least it is a balance. So, for example, the first 100 hours you train this way, it's like you are standing on ground. The second 100 hours is like you are levitated up on the curtains floor. The third 100 hours is like you start to float out, start to go into the air. That's how it is. So it is very simple. The instruction is the entire body must not have any parts which is loading. You want to go that directions. The way how to do it is standing there, make believe that you're standing on the cotton or a sponge, you like to say, you know, those sponge, you know, for washing dishes, you know, the thick sponge. Or just go out there and buy a thick a sponge, stand on that and let yourself float out. Have that feeling, have that experience. If you don't do that, you're not going to develop that. Okay, because Xiu Lim Tao is somebody's design. Xiu Lim Tao is not up for you or mine 5 cents. So no, Xiu Lim Tao is not clamping your knee, getting a structure, or Tai Chi, or using my mind power. You know why it doesn't make sense? Or using unmovable elbow. You know why it doesn't make sense? Let me tell you why it doesn't make sense. All this Tai Chi stuff, this structure stuff, and all this stuff. If you don't know your body, how are you supposed to handle this body? You say, well, I have to clamp my knee. Okay, you clamp your knee. You make a structure, you turn into a rack. But do you know your body? You have no idea your body. So everybody say, well, I can clamp my knee. Well, how heavy is that clamp? How about your body? Do you feel that is destroying your knee? Everybody tucking back your back like this. Do you aware that you're doing that, you are actually loading your spine? Everybody is saying that, wow, I want to have this mind power, Nim Lake, just using this part of your head or using this eyebrows power to using your yi. Do you know that those things actually causing your blood pressure to jump up? Because you're stressing your back of the head and your elbow side. In China, since 1950, it's known, people know that. Those Qigong master, you're doing that, you're going to cause yourself stroke. Okay? So all this nonsense, Tai Chi stuff, this stuff, you end up with nothing. And the reality is so simple. You just go down there, call yourself back, have the sati, okay? And then just feel at your entire body. That is the way you can get into that body. And that is the way how you sense. Hey, come on. Wing Chun is about sticking, sensing your opponent. If you don't do this, how can you sense? You put a structure there, strengthen here, strengthen, pushing there like a mechanic robots. Are you going to sense anything? You're putting your intention in your what? Your eyebrows or back of your head, tense like hell. Are you going to sense anything? You're creating problem. It is actually not going to get the result. Sorry, for 160 years, you look back, nobody developed the snake body. You can see that people who call themselves the king of Wing Chun, Xiu Lim Tao. This thing, if you see this, they stand the Yi Kam Yong Ma, you see this locked up like hell. You see this two-part locked up like hell. How the hell they are supposed to breathe? How the hell is that the entire body from the bottom of the feet to top of the head be able to spin twerking? All right, the rattan. It doesn't work. It is not what it is. But you're keeping talking about rattan body, snake body, this and that, but the bottom line is that nobody knows what is going on. And then you go make movies. And then you make dance. So when is enough for this bullshit? We're wasting time for all Wing Chuners. So I make a lot of this YouTube in Chinese is because, hey man, following what the heck it is. If he's not saying like this, I guarantee you don't have Wing Chun. Because you don't even know what is a taking body short strike, what is the body condition you needed, what is the body type. The Western boxing has their body type. BJJ have their body type. Thai boxing have their body type. So what is your body type? Oh, I'm fighting close range, but you train like a robot, like a wreck. How the hell you this wreck be able to sustain like our BJJ friend just come and take the entire thing, take it down? Didn't you see that since 1996? You continue on that, and then somebody will tell me, oh, my Sifu have this power, the way how they do the Xiu Lim Tao, and people cannot get close. Are you sure? Try the wrestler and the BJJ friend. See whether you get taken down right away, or you have this mighty power. Nonsense. Those are like what? Living in the village. You're keeping promote, overemphasize thing, and then you end up the entire Wing Chun going to the tube because of all this nonsense. Okay? And stop to give me all this Tai Chi nonsense too. If you do this as what I just shared with you, the entire body do not have a locations or a part which is loading. And then you will sense your breathing and your qi and your strength of your jing, which is require the force flow path. And then your momentum. The sixth core element come like this. The sixth core element is not like somebody who told me in Asia, Hendrik, this Sifu, this person, have called his style mind, body, energy. You just add up this and that to make your sixth core element. That's totally nonsense bullshit. That guy have no idea what it is. Look at his body. You know right away. Are you going to kid? You just talk big. That's why people like this, I said, what? You think you're good? You think you know it all? Go test out with our BJJ friends, see how many seconds you can last. Go to a Kyokushin Open and see how many seconds you can last there. Or go to Xi Xiaodong and see proof. No? So I'm really frustrated. You are screwing up at least tens of thousands of Wing Chuners here. So are we still want to be blind our eyes, talking nonsense, bullshit, my lineage, your lineage, that lineage, or get this thing straight? This really basic Ratan body straight. If you don't get this straight, you don't have art. Sorry, sir. That's how ugly it is. And of course, because I live in America, and over here, you know that anything worth evidence, we can say it, we are protected by law. There is no money involved here, no title, fame, business involved here. Truth have to tell to our fellow Americans. Why wasting time on things which is never work? Wasting everybody's time. False security, it will never give you anything. But if you do what I'm telling you, and actually that's not what I created it, it is what the ancient teaching is, you'll feel your body start to be really flexible. You'll be able to use strength, not like a rag doll, locking this way, loading this way, loading that way, and your entire kinematic chain is broken. So this is what I'd like to share with you. It's time to talk straight. Every year is 1 year. It's almost 2025. Next year, I'm 67. What do you learn? What do you get out from all this Wing Chun? It's time to make everybody benefit. It's time to talk straight, tell the truth, get everybody together to really develop the skill. There's no room for all this BS.